How to co-parent with a difficult parent. Hi, I'm Dr. Deena Stacer. I teach the High Conflict Intervention and Co-Parenting program in San Diego. I've been teaching this as a live program since 1997. In 2009, I launched these courses online for parents who do not live in the San Diego area but want to get help reducing their conflict while protecting their children. I was in a high conflict breakup myself for 7 years, and I have 3 grown children who are part of my custody fight. I know what to do to get out of the court system and how to protect your children. I have teaching credentials ranging from kindergarten through college, a Bachelor of Science in Child Development, a Master's in Counseling and Leadership, and a Ph.D. in Psychology. I have worked with over 5,000 high-conflict parents and many of their children. I have mediated over 850 divorces. The first thing I need to describe is the cooperative co-parenting mindset that the courts assume you as a parent can do with the other parent. Both parents believe that the other parent has the best interests of the children at heart. The second one is that both parents believe that the other parent is valuable, worthwhile, and important in the children's life. Both parents believe that the children need to have a relationship with both parents, and they will actively support that relationship. Although the parents may have disagreements with each other about the issues that need to be resolved, they will both work together, even if it's difficult, in order to reach some kind of parenting decision, and even if it's parenting by default. The parents are able to agree that one of them is just going to make decisions and the other one goes, fine, whatever. And then once the parents have made the parenting decision, they will actively support the decision and the other parent within that decision. Both parents will do whatever it takes to support the other parent's relationship with the children. Now here's my conflictual co-parenting definition, and it is a different mindset for one or both of the parents. One or both of the parents believe that the other parent does not have the best interest of the children at heart as their primary focus. Now that is really where we start creating a big gap between those people who can work together and those people who can't. The next one is that one or both of the parents believes that the other parent has fundamental character flaws, parental deficiencies, a personality disorder, or substance abuse issues that interfere with their parenting ability. One or both of the parents believe that the other parent's detrimental to the children. One or both believe that the other parent should not have an active, supportive relationship with the children because it will damage them. And sometimes it will. With the frustration of trying to reach an agreement with those parents, one of them goes to court and asks the court professionals to help them make child sharing decisions. But during the time they're making the recommendations or once the orders have been made, one or both of the parents may actively sabotage the court order and badmouth the professionals who worked on the child sharing plans. And number 5, one or both of the parents continues to undermine the other parent's relationship with the children, believing that they have to protect the children from that parent by either taking away time or getting the courts to determine that the other parent is unfit. As we just learned, cooperative co-parenting is usually impossible with a difficult co-parent. Instead, parents need to learn how to parent their children without always engaging in a relationship with the other parent. So let's talk about some of the common problems that occur for children when parents cannot end their conflict and move on with their lives. I'll spend a few minutes discussing these common problems, and then I'm going to give you some basic concepts you can immediately apply to start disengaging from the other parent and start creating a closer bond with your children. You need to know that when both parents are distracted because they're fighting with each other or reacting to each other, the ongoing conflict can create permanent problems for your children. My whole purpose of my classes are to get you out of feeling shame and guilt and powerlessness and start giving you the strategies to really win with your children and to get out of the court system as fast as possible. Now, your children may never, ever create a solid emotional connection with you or the other parent if the conflict continues. This may lead to them distrusting all adults in the future, including you, because they cannot get their needs met from you now. Your children may become agitated, upset, and act out. Their behavior may actually keep your conflict going with the other parent because you're both arguing with each other about whose fault it is that your child is misbehaving. Did you know that your children feel pain at 100%? They experience all emotions at a more intense level than you do as an adult. They can't put their emotions in a drawer to deal with later on. It is in their face now, and they are overwhelmed by the level of intensity that they feel. Your children may try to intervene in your arguments in order to reduce their own anxiety. And children often feel really useless, inadequate, and depressed because they cannot control their intense pain. Your children are learning from you and the other parent that family life is chaotic, unpredictable, and very scary. Parents involved in ongoing conflict can't calm down. Therefore, their children can't calm down. When you calm down, your children calm down. Children always blame themselves for the ongoing conflict because they believe that since their parents are fighting over them, it must be their fault that they're fighting. Your children are placed every day in a no-win situation they are powerless to get out of until you decide to get them out of the middle. You may be saying, but I'm trying and I can't seem to stop the war. I know. That is why I'm going to help you learn how in this video. Did you know that when children are attached to at least one of their parents during the high conflict custody breakup, your children can end up becoming resilient? It's the ability to withstand or recover from difficult conditions. When one of the parents has a personality disorder or parental deficiencies, these problems will always interfere with their ability to effectively co-parent. The good news is that it only takes one parent to end the conflict and one parent to save the children from permanent harm. When you create a powerful bond with your children, you're buffering them from becoming emotionally damaged. As you learn how to disengage from the conflict and the other parent, you will calm down. You give your children the message that you are nurturing and powerful, and they trust you to help them. When one parent remains difficult, angry, and lacks compassion with the children, you will be able to help them learn new skills to manage the difficult parent without being hurt all of the time. You will be able to teach your children to have insight and develop emotional intelligence, which unfortunately is often lacking in a parent with difficult traits. One of the first concepts you need to learn is that you should stop responding to the other parent's emotional or psychological attempts to keep you engaged in a child custody battle. You can stop trying to co-parent with them. You will want to parallel parent with them instead. Many parents believe that if they are not trying to work together, they are not co-parenting, and the courts will be mad at them. Now think about it this way. If you could co-parent with them, you would be doing it already, right? And you wouldn't be watching this video looking for solutions, would you? Here's another simple definition that I often use. The absence of conflict is peace. If you have peace with the other parent and you are not in the court fighting, you must be co-parenting. If there's peace, professionals assume that you're co-parenting even if you're not. So what you want to do is learn to use the language of co-parenting in the court system because that's all they understand, but practice parallel parenting when you're really parenting your children. Your goal is to create peace by getting out of the court system and stopping the craziness with the other parent. Stop talking to the other parent about stupid stuff you'll never be able to resolve. No, you couldn't resolve it before. Stop talking about it now. You're wasting your life energy. And when they badmouth you, figure out a new way to react that stops the conflict. Now, if you have a court order for child sharing, follow it without discussing it. Every time you see the other parent or hear their voice, whether it's in person, through text, email, telephone, through another person, mail, you name it, it will take you a minimum of 3 days to calm down from each of those interactions with the other parent. And when you are distracted by the other parent, it's lights on, no one's home for the children. Figure out a way to exchange the children without seeing the other parent. Exchanges can be done at school or daycare to reduce face-to-face exchanges. Stop responding to texts and emails you don't need to respond to. Eliminating telephone contact and exchanges will help you calm down. The second thing you must do is create bonding activities with your children that will create lasting closeness with them. You will learn many powerful strategies through my online courses. To learn more tips to end your conflict and bond with the children, take one of my online co-parenting courses at www.parentsinconflict.com/courses. Now, I offer courses ranging anywhere from 2 hours all the way to 100 hours to teach you powerful skills. The more conflict you have, the more course hours you should be taking. My blog is at www.parentsinconflict.info, and there is a lot of material there that you can also access for free. Now, what you need to do is learn a concept called stringing pearls with your children. Begin by planning activities with your children that they will enjoy doing with you. For example, planning and preparing a meal requires you think about what you're going to cook. Then you look up recipes, make ingredients lists, buy the food at the store, prepare and cook. And all of these activities can be divided up into separate activities you share with your children one step at a time. You'll plan activities with your children that occur on different days to string out the positive anticipation of doing these things together. You can plan meals, picnics, parties. You can redecorate their bedroom together. You can plan vacations with family or at the lake. Plan activities that take a longer period of time to complete, like all weekends, several weeks, or even months. Planning a camp out, for example, requires a lot of preparation ahead of time. Organizing the equipment, planning the menu and the activities on the trip, and putting together a picnic ahead of time to select the camping spot all create a string of positive anticipation. Give your children a voice and a vote in the planning and implementation stages. They will feel closer to you because they know you value them, and include them so that they have a stake in your plan. When one of the parents is continuously engaged in planning activities with their children, from cleaning the house to planning a vacation, your children will become closer to you. When one parent strings pearls with their children, they learn how much easier it is to disengage from the other parent. They begin to feel better as they draw closer to their children. And when parents string pearls with their children, the children also feel closer to that parent. The parent uses their energy to focus on creating more and more fun activities with their children, which keeps that connection between them strong. The children win with you. As a parent, you will also need to learn more powerful techniques to overcompensate for any damage done to the children by the other parent. You will need to learn many new methods to parent your children to the 100th power to make sure they're happy, successful, and thriving. Using humor, redirecting, and changing patterns of communication are all ways to disengage from the other parent. You will learn these through the co-parenting courses online at parentsinconflict.com/courses. Some of the additional lessons you will learn in my online courses include how to create a family bank to support your string of pearls. Money is always an issue in a conflict case. Teaching your children to understand money, discussing it, earning it, dividing it, saving it, all of those pieces help your kids move to the next level of being responsible adults. Creating an effective family meeting to establish responsibility, rapport, and respect with your children. And the 8 steps of empathy. Developing scripts to nurture your children and teach them compassion when the other parent emotionally harms them. And, of course, many more lessons that are provided in the online co-parenting courses. You will receive a certificate of completion after you finish taking any of my online co-parenting courses, except for this one. These courses have been approved by many of the family courts throughout the United States and in Hong Kong. I will be happy to speak to any court professionals related to your court case to assist you with course approval before you take any of my courses if you need that approval. And if you have questions, feel free to contact me. Register to take a co-parenting course today. I look forward to meeting you and helping you with your conflict.